my name is Lindsay Lutton. I am a junior at Woodbury High School, and this is my final presentation for Mrs. Trury Sable. Sorry if I said that wrong. Final presentation on 6.8. So, today I'm going to talk about everything I learned in Unit 6. And so, mainly what I'm going to be covering today is how different types of media are rated. So we're going to talk first about movies, then about TV, and then about video games. So I'm going to start off with the film industry. So the film industry has many different ratings, ranging from all the way to NC-17. And so I've got an image for that here. So this is what the rating system looks like. The ones without the coloring, that's what you would see generally before you watched a movie, depending on what type of movie it is. Generally, most teenagers, probably around my age, would be watching PG-13 movies. That is what is deemed appropriate, at least for 16-year-olds. And then below that would be PG and G. Normally it's the youngest all the way at G, and then all the way down to older at NC-17. Alright. Next we're going to move on to talking about TV ratings. So TV ratings are similar to the way movie ratings are done. They're just a little bit different. So the first TV rating would be TV Y, which would be children. So let me pull up the image. Yep, so this is what it looks like. At the top is the audience, and then it's the content label. So there's children, older children, general audience, parental guidance, parents strongly cautioned, mature audiences, violence, sexual situations, language, suggestive dialogue, and fantasy violence. These are found at the beginning of movies to help viewers know if this movie is appropriate for them. You can also, not movies, TV shows. You can also Google them before watching a TV show. They would have this, and in the first couple seconds of a TV show, it would also have this. So those would be the TV show ratings. Next, we're going to talk about video game ratings. So for video game ratings, the first rating there is early childhood. So that'd be EC. I can pull it up. So these are generally on the box. Normally, if you started playing a video game, it wouldn't say on the screen. This is on the box of video game you would buy. So it starts with EC, which is early childhood, and it goes all the way down to adults only. So it's everyone 10 plus, teen, mature, and adults only. These ratings are used for seeing if you can buy the video game. For adults only, you would have to show ID that you're 18 or older when you go to buy it at a game store. An example of that kind of game would be Grand Theft Auto, which is really popular with people in their younger 20s currently. And then, so those are the different rating systems of movies, TV shows, and video games. And then next we're going to talk about product placement in movies. So product placement in movies is an advertising model used for some brands. So I'll show a picture as I talk about it. But this is a famous image from Wayne's World where they did a bit about product placement. And so product placement is used to advertise a brand in a popular movie. Generally, brands pay a lot of money for this, and it isn't as outright as a commercial that people would skip between shows. It's a more unique way of showing your product while you are watching a movie, because people generally don't just skip parts of a movie like that if they're fast. My other example of that would be in the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. The whole movie, or at least a good majority of the movie, has the iconic volleyball in it. You can see several really good place shots where it shows that it's a Wilson volleyball. And so that's really important because that would be a good example of product placement in a popular movie. So next what I'm going to talk about is desensitization in television. So there was a study done showing that since the beginning of television, the more kids are exposed to violent and disturbing TV shows, the less sensitive they become to when the people around them are in pain or suffering. They become more fearful of the world around them, and they may be more likely to behave in aggressive or harmful ways towards others. So my opinion on the issue is that it is definitely an issue, and I think that people need to realize it more, that just letting your 6-7-year-old turn on the TV and watch whatever is on there is harmful, even if it doesn't seem like the worst thing for them to be watching. Exposing that to them at a young age really sets the seeds for what they'll feel about the world around them as they grow up. I personally didn't really deal with desensitization because I was a girly girl and I like to play with my Barbies or play princess games online or play games like Minecraft where I would just build things, and it was that was my kind of fun. I never grew up playing games like Call of Duty where the objective was to kill people so you could win. Even saying that out loud, that that's a game kids play, seems insane to me, because obviously I think that is desensitizing kids even further and even faster, that they are now an active part of the violence. Alright, and moving on, lastly we're going to talk about video game stereotypes. So, because video games are a large part of childhood for a lot of people, especially when I was growing up. I know I'm still a kid, but when I was from 4 to 14, video games were a huge part of growing up, and I know that's the same for everyone else that grew up the same time period I did. If there's harmful stereotypes in a video game, that can really psychologically set seeds in a child's mind. An example of this I had would be Grand Theft Auto. So this is really popular. I brought this up earlier, but Grand Theft Auto focuses on Grand Theft Auto. So you steal cars, you are violent, and so the stereotype I'm talking about mainly with Grand Theft Auto is that the character you play as is almost always a black character. That is almost always the character you're going to start out with, and sometimes it branches out to a Hispanic character. And so that is harmful because subconsciously all you see is those black characters, the ones committing crimes, stealing things, killing people, and assaulting people. So even though you may not think while you're playing that all people of color are like this, it's still harmful because psychologically you can that's what you remember, is those people are the ones committing those crimes. And so that was the last topic I'm going to cover in this. I hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit. I chose to present it like this because this is how I learn best, is through talking. And yeah, thanks so much for watching.